Hello, good morning everybody. It's been a real long time since I've done any sort of video, and I thought today we redo Hof Bergmann. So, for those who are unaware what Hof Bergmann is, we'll take a tour, but we'll have a small, quick sort of glimpse of what Hof Bergmann's about, where you can get it from, what it's on, and yeah, so Hof Bergmann is a unique map in itself. And we'll explain in each bit why. But Hof Bergmann is a PC only map. It's not available in the mod hub. It's only available from one source, which is LS Farming, which is where this has all come from. It's a German community made this map by someone called Farm Andy. He has brought a couple of mods in terms of collaboration to the mod hub. So for the likes of Auction David, Auction David has used in the past his animals because he was the first to bring calves, and here's the calves currently. So calves on here are a bit unique, and we'll go through each bit so you sort of understand why I love this map. But yeah, so this is a PC only map. It's only available from LS Farming. So we'll take you at the front because, yeah, it's had a massive change. We'll go back into Stormwide. So we'll go from the very, very beginning. So here is the main yard of Bergman. And our lovely gates. We come in, and to our right, this is something new. It's a water source. It's free. And then again, to our right, we're just going to keep going here, is sheds. Normally some tractors in here. Well, a tractor and a front loader, I think it is. Got storage here. So this is your fertilise. This is seed, and I think you can have that as lime additional, but for me, I'm just using for seed. One of the new features is what I'm here. So this by default won't look like this when you start up. It's something you have to put in. It's like a production. And we'll go through each bit. So you need to put gravel, sand, paving slabs, concrete, curbstones. I can't remember what else. Yeah. Normally this would live in here, but in a different direction. Which is your Massey Ferguson, our passenger, forage wagon. Got some bit more space here for a couple more. Over here would be normally the cedar that would come with it, and the cultivator, which is here. I've got an extra like where I set up here. Obviously, this is the harvester header and trailer, and we'll go here now. So when you start up, you get given a couple bags of seed, lime, fertilizer. I think you sort of see here, sort of here before. Weights would normally live under that part, but we've moved them to the left a little. And then this is a straw barn, so you can drive up and the straw gets sucked up into his metal vent, and there's just the opening. You can just see the straw just there. So you bring your forage wagon or whatever you want to use into the middle, and it will empty. You've got a ladder so you can look up in there. We'll continue going around. So here is your workshop. Nothing much changing here really. You've got various different items, various different unique graphics. Most of them are all in German. I don't think there's any actually physical in English. Like I said, it's German community making this. So yeah, good space here. It will allow you to repair here. So for big equipment, it will catch it from here when you can repair it. In here, it's currently making is the butcher. So this is another sort of a production. You bring certain materials here, and we'll go into how this works. And this eventually becomes a butcher that you make. Above me is the hay silo, so this is where you can get the hay to come out. Lives up there. This is where you put it in. So you put grass in here, and we're going to explain this shortly. And then next to it is the slurry for the cows. So this has had a slight update. This used to be sheep and pigs. Today, sorry, not cows. This is the slurry for the pigs. Sorry. Um, so this used to be uh, one, no, two areas. So like I say, that half used to be the sheep. This half used to be the pigs. It is now all pigs, and pigs now roam out here. This has had a slight change. So there used to be a gate here. You could come in from this way, but now that's all been fenced off. The gate still remains down this end, though. So this is where you bring your pigs, and I do like the unique signs across all this. So here is where you would heat up the hay. So you would put in straw, wood chips, and this is a little burner, and it heats up the grass, turn it into hay. Quite unique in my view. And we'll go back around the front. So we got to there. We spoke about that. So you've got little places where you put your manure, small bunkers, and I think this is new, part of the update. So this allows you to make your pig food. More sheds here, small one here. Obviously, fuel silo there. Down there, we'll speak about that in a minute. So normally there's a tractor, which is a fence parked underneath here, and to our left, where I'm here, is where our water container. This is a bell storage, and then we continue to walk around. So this is something to do. This is a charging point, and that's to do with something completely unique. Here is rabbits. So these were added in FS22 and have come back to 25. So little here. This had some changes from the start when we first had it, but it looks quite nice. More storage now for them. And then we go around. So we've got allotment garden. First one here. There are others on the map. I'm using this little lettuce to feed the rabbits, and we'll talk about each bit things. In here's where your chainsaw, I think, would live, if you go down that sort of route. In here's had an awesome update. So when we first got the map, we did have geese, we did have ducks, we did have chickens. The only thing has changed now is we don't actually need to feed them water. They've got their own little water small pond, which I quite like. So we'll talk the side. So this here is storage. You can stick all sorts in there if you want to, your feed and whatnot. This is where geese would live. So a food trough's just inside here. You use a wheelbarrow, and obviously they produce manure. To do that, you need straw. In here is a place you can put small bales of straw, the small, really small, the ones you can carry by hand. Here is a wheelbarrow. This is the bit you need most, especially around this area. You would normally get a bag of chicken wheat here. I've already used it, but now I've put some wheat here ready for the next time round. In here is where our chickens live. Again, chickens need straw down to make their manure. This is our feeding point. This had been in here for a while, but it was an update. This shelf is where the chicken eggs would actually spawn along the shelf here. Then we'll go slowly back to where we was. So the house hasn't really much changed, but here is a little watering sprinkling hose. Great for filling up the allotments here. So we'll take you around into this house. So you can walk into this house. It's got everything here, so you can do a bit of variety because you can even turn the tally on and various things. There's something unique here. I won't give it too much spoilers because it's not here now, but it will come to you in a minute. Yeah, so pretty much you can walk through all here. Bedroom is in here, so your sleep trigger, your change and wardrobe is all in here. Get a great image there. Good detail. Okay. You come back out here, and if you need to sit down and have a pint, you can interact with that. Now, this will look different when you load in, so don't worry. When you load in, you don't see this. Okay, this is like just what I was talking about there. This is like a production of bringing materials in, and it slowly will make a shop. Now, the thing I was talking to you about, if you want to spoiler, look away now, is this was in the house. You pick this up and it magically would bring it here for you. This is all also in German, but tells you what you need. But don't worry, you don't need to worry about it if you, like myself, completely have no idea what German is. It's all in English. When you look on the floor, it'll explain what you need and it'll go through the steps. Quite simple, straight to the point. This is new to the updates. This is 1.2.0 out of beta now, so we get the van back, the good old trusted van. So another point we own is across the road. I don't have traffic on, turned it off. So this again is all here, like the shed, more storage. That bin is not. I've put that down myself. In here is another additional yard. This is what you all own. So in here is just more storage. I'm not sure what you can fit in here, but you know, it's good stuff. Again, you could own stuff in here. I'm quite surprised it hasn't used anything about that yet, but we'll never know with how handy. This is your root silo, so potatoes go in here. It can be used for other items. Again, more sheds, like storage is amazing. We still haven't finished yet. So this is the big bag handler. Really, really is a good piece of equipment. You can download this individually. What you do is put your grains in, and out comes a bag of whatever it is. Your wash station, so you've got a jet wash and hard stand thing all there. This new shed was added in the update, so more sheds again before it was there. Your main normal cereal silo, so great for bringing all the bits and bobs. This has always been here as a shed. This has been reworked a little. I think it's had like a little change because there was some glitching at one stage in original versions, but that's all been fixed. We haven't finished, so this is just a portion. So we need to finish walking around the main yard. So, excuse me, my hiccup. I'm going to try and keep this unedited as best I can, for reason. So down here, down the slope on the main yard, we have our silo, or clamp, depending on what you want to call it, for silage. I've got some clover in there, fermenting, ready to become silage. here is normally a good mixture ready to get you ready and starting in terms of bells. So you would have some hay, straw, and silage enough to make a mix for your cows. Here is a pallet storage, so you would just put it here and it will come out. I will talk about this. So you can make your TMR here. So you chuck everything in here and at the spout gets out. This is your slurry tank, so it will fill up as more slurry is made from the cows. We're just in August right now, so we're nearly close where I was in terms of my live save. I probably won't be doing lives at the moment for various different reasons, but there you go. Garages, loads of space here for garages, you know, lots of storage. In here is a dairy, so you can make your mozzarella balls here, your cheese. Now that's your butter, and that's your cheese, and that's where you can get your milk that the cows make. So you just move it all around here. It's quite understandable. So all these tabletops here is where things would spawn in the locations. So you see that as time goes by. We will be doing various updates in terms of this. In here is our cows. A tiny update has happened in here, not massively, not noticeable if you haven't played it in a while, but yeah, this has an update and we'll go and speak about that. So our cows are in here, they're not long had a feed. A water point, this is added in and it's a good addition here because well, the new functionalities and items is just here. So calves now no longer take the milk made from the adults. You've got to make calf milk using a powder, which is there. It's also in German, and you add water. You mix it up, and it will come out of this spout here. And there is a little contraption it's around the side, and again the charger unit, which we'll go into. Now, this used to be the calf pen. This is no longer the calf pen. It's just an overflow from next door. So, yep. We'll talk around here. So, if you wanted to bring a bigger wagon to get your milk, maybe to sell, maybe at double productions, you can drive down from here, and here you will get your milk. Again, all icons are pretty much quite good. Some icons don't show you. You walk up to it and it'll tell you what's what. There's quite many gates leading out to different fields and all that. This has always been here, but there's another shed here. Here is you make compost. That's what that means. Here is where you can put the manure. So unlike other maps, you actually have to move your manure. So in the middle down here, the manure would spawn, you collect it, and then you can move it either to here or somewhere else. Another shed here with your spreader for manure, your lovely animal trailer there. This over here is where our calves are made, and this is the little machine I'm talking about. So you, as you can see, this is cow's milk. Nice little milk shuttle. They're going to be feeding it. So your milk goes into these little buckets. Only take 500 litres each. No, sorry, 100 litres each. Sorry, 100 because there's only 5 cows now. A calf, sorry. And then in here is again where you can put little bells. Presumably we put straw because they need straw because they do make manure. I don't know where that spawns because this was due part of the 1.2 update and I haven't got that far as yet. Now, a sheep, remember I said had moved. This is where the sheep point is. So down here wasn't much really. I think we've No, nothing's shrunken. This was about the same size it was. It's just grass. This is now where you can put your sheep and goats. Um, Goat's milk and wool pallets that were spawned just sort of around here. They need water, and also you can feed them hay and grass. They've already gone through quite a lot of straw. Hey, sorry. Oh, I'll check that out in a minute. I don't understand what that's the not displaying grass, because I swear they couldn't have gone through that much. Just look at them. There might be still some bugs. Yeah, apparently they've got food. It's just not showing that it normally does. That's what got me a bit confused. So like, how they're going to let that much? What? So I'll just leave that back there. So this is one of the fields you get given as part of the mining farm. This has just been harvest in the scenario that you get given. It's already now been cultivated and ready for September when I'm going to put wheat in here. This would be a wheat field right in front of us. Just again, it's been harvest cultivated and ready to put some wheat in. So we'll go around and talk a bit small items where everything is. Give you a good guided tour along the map now. So here is our horse stables here. You can get quite a few bit of horses in there. Well, now to show you the map. So here we go. I'm going to zoom out. So here is where we are. This is the main yard. Nothing really has much changed here. I think when you first the first version came out, you owned 54. You owned this. You owned the sawmill. You owned various different things. You don't anymore. You just literally own 5, 1, 2, and the main yard. I've bought 6, which is a clover field, and we've since harvested that clover. Because I'm using precision farming, I've seeded it so we can get a good yield moving forward next time around. Here, this fall is not a field as such, but there is grass here, easy and come through. There are some trees here, but there's you can get medium to small equipment down here. Nothing in terms of fields have changed dramatically here. Our BJ is still down here. This is our calf pen, and we're going to visit in a minute. We don't own any of it, so it might be hard, but we'll fly over. Nothing's changed really here. This has before this it couldn't be used as a place to buy, but this is a new forestry here, another forestry up here. This is the lime yard, so it's a quarry, something quite unique. This is sewage works, fields obviously here. Our bakery, pub, that's the oil mill up there. Olives, so you can actually beer here, so it's grapes, sorry, not olives. Dairies here. That's a sell point. Fishing, if you're into fishing, before even the first actual map ever come around. Fishing's been in this map. I think it might be done on FS19, could be before them. A grain mill down here. This is where we buy all our ingredients for down here. Excuse me while I drink a drink, 'cause my throat's okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we buy all our ingredients down like here, and the shop from here. We'll go down and actually visit that because that's easy to visit. So you come in here. Everything does have opening and closing times. So they are here. You can understand it's 8 to 8. Obviously, like I say, it is German based. I may look at trying get all this retextured, but I don't know because I quite like some of this stuff. I know what it says, but I'm just thinking in a community. So you can come up to this guy and buy all the items. It just spawns just outside these sheds, garages, whatever you want to call them here. So grain mill. So you can see here, while that is spinning around, that can be juice or grain. That can be turned off. I forgot how to do that, but there is a button somewhere. It is very noisy, so I will be staying massively down. I think it's down there. I can't remember if you turn it off down here or what. There is an option. But yeah, so here's where you put all your grain and everything. You can speak to the guy who's usually there. It's good he got off a bit. But yeah, it's very noisy down here. We'll get to the fishing. It's gonna be quiet, very tranquil. You need to own it to go in it, but you can sort of see it. A nice little fishing area down there. Oop. We'll go up to this sell point so you can get an idea of sell points. So again, sell point. This one's open from 8 to 11. So medium size vehicle can get in, nothing big. Got to remember this map is very catered to small to medium equipment. So this is a sell point. I think you can also buy from here. I think. And that's why these are here. For the rest of the stuff, there is a place you can buy some items. But yeah, there's your sell silo. So you would drive in here and get under there and sell it all. We'll go to the vineyard. We can't go fully around it. Oh, yes, we can. I think there's a way, actually way in. I think it used to be, yeah, you can go in this way. So this is where you can harvest all your grapes. Lots and lots and lots of grapes here. I think we can go walking this way. Yes, we can. I thought we could. Because you normally would need to buy it to get from them gates, but you can go in for this way. So plenty of, again, storage. It's not a problem. Them sheds, they can open. Them sheds are openable. You can stick a bit of equipment here, but you gotta remember you gotta get to here because this is where you process all your grapes. It's not using any of the in-game stuff. Liquid game point you can chuck in. Don't think much has changed down here, really. But yeah, this so you can make your beer. So we've been to there. We've been here. We've been here. Village shop. So this is now sell point again. 9 to 6. I think it's closed now because I think it could be about 7 o'clock in game. Yep, game now. Placing on sale. We'll just walk around down the road a little. So if you want to into that sort of role play, here is a fire station. Them sheds do open for it, and I think they do too. I remember. Yep. So you can go in here. You know, do a bit of role playing if you're into that thing. So it's definitely allowed to open there. Unless it's in here. It's in here. This is a bit I normally go into. Racy images are in there. Be careful with content. So our shop here again. This will close at 10 o'clock. So it opens 8 and 10. So when you start, I think it's 7 o'clock in the morning, you just need to fast forward to 8 and I think tends to open about 8 o'clock. So yeah. So you need to remember about here. We're just yeah, this is a new thing. So no, it's not. Sorry, this is a livestock again. Cautious times. Come down to buy your animals, sell your animals here. Sell your straw hay, everything down here. Can't remember what that one saw. Think this was something sellable. Can't remember. Again, you can sell stuff down here at different times of the year. Down here is a buy point, so you come to here, and you notice that these are closed. You go, it's open. Go into this little building. When it's open, see that little circle there. Again, you come in it again. Just remember opening times. Oh, hang on, I should be able to get in then. Ooh. How weird's that? I don't know if it's because no, time says I'm not quite sure. I'll look into that when I'm not showing you like this. But normally there is somebody there and you can open that. I'm not sure if it's a bug. I wouldn't. I'll look later. If it is a bug, I'll report it, as I always do. It was quite enjoyable at times. Trying to report a bug, because I speak English. They're German. Get the gist of it. Everything's here. We'll go to here, we'll teleport to here. So you again have a gas station here. There's a little shop in here. And this is where you can buy the beer. Fill the seat. And also again you can buy your fuel down here. I won't need to teleport the next part because it's literally next to it. So you used to own this. This you now have to buy. So this is another storage, pallet storage for next to the sawmill. So you can presumably use it for whatever the sawmill kicks out. Sell place here every so often. Wood chips will jump out, unlike other maps. This would normally do stones. Here it's wood chips. So yeah, 3 wood chips. So the maps had a slight update. So this here is all new. So there's a reservoir that collects water here. Down here is apple orchard. Here is moment dog kennels. We'll go in like a minute down there. Here is where you get your gravel, sand, and everything here. This is I'm not quite sure. It looks to me like a recycling plant. I'm not sure if I'm misreading that. No, sorry, that's not kennels. That's a geese should. It's because it looks like a dog, and that's why it does not look like a geese. Some icons might need to be looked at. But I'm sure that's gonna happen at some stage. But yeah, geese fattening station is there. The kennels are down here. Spinnery. Andy's supermarket here. This is all new. Cider's new. Our tennis shop's gone. It used to be between here. Swear, unless you've got to own it now. Which is a possibility. There's so much keeps changing this map. But it is a nice map, like I say. It is a PC only version, so unfortunately this will never come to console. So don't even when's this going to come to console. It will never come to console. This has been out for since FS19. It's probably been a lot earlier than that. This has only been available from one place, which is LS. LS modding, is it? Oh, I can't remember now. LS. Can make sure I get the right name because there's two simple names and I keep getting confused. What's what? I should have this. LS Farming Mods. Google that, you find it. You will need to register an account. Like I say, it is German, but if you like me, my browser comes from Translation Tool anyway. As soon as I'm on that website, it transfers everything from German to English for me, so I don't have to worry about it. It's free to download. You don't have to pay, but there are options to pay if you want to be early access, things like that. Because as a free member, you have to. I think it's maybe free, could be full downloads. Unfortunately, I have no control on that. A lot of people don't like it for that reason. I get that. I have no control. I just give you the input. I prefer you to use that website. I know it's a pain, but if you've got more than different devices, like for example, it won't work on the same IP. Because I think it uses your IP, so you could download one on your phone if it's not connected to your Wi-Fi. Make sure you're not also using all your data. One on your computer, and then your third, if you're lucky, if you're at home, you could use a VPN on another computer because it's then a different IP. You can then down the third straight away. It's not going to take long. Yes, it is slow download. Like I say, I have no control of it. I just rather give you the facts. Personally, I think this is the best map in my view. I will be doing some updates with it in terms of where we are at. Right now, we're in August. I've just got it up to where it was before because the update meant a new save because the shop down the yard wasn't there for say a little bit weird and funky. So I thought best new save. It does recommend a new save. I can understand why. When the damn bit falls of this. At some stage, I think we will have another update to get this last bit in. I don't see that happening to November to New Year. If that's the case, good. My side, because that means I don't have to do anything massively. It doesn't bother me. I have to keep doing a new save. It doesn't take me long to get up to where I was. I hope you really do like this. So if you do, please give that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so we get regular content. Like I say, I usually do lives at the moment due to my health. I've just not been able to do them. I usually live in two places, which is Twitch and TikTok. I do have TikTok videos. There is a link in. I will put in this description to all my channels that are available. You can feel free again to follow, subscribe, all that to them. And if I come back to doing lives, you'll definitely get some notifications for that. But like I say, I hope you do like this. Please do try and help me. I'm trying to get YouTube a bit more out there. Give you more content as and when I can. But I do hope you like, and I'll see you in the next one. See you soon.